Yo, what is up, Brez? It is your boy Guppy Boy 9000, aka the Hentai God, and I am back at y'all with another figure review. And today, Brez, we are looking at another banger by Snail Shell Company. And the figure that we got in front of us right now, that we are looking at today, who has decided to bless us with her presence in front of our eyes, is Victoria. As you guys can see, because that's her name right there on the back of the box, Victoria. She is our female knight in shining armor with a bikini underneath it. So yeah, and Brez, I ain't even finna lie to y'all. See, this figure right here, just getting straight to the point, is just another reason why I keep telling y'all, bruh, people need to quit sleeping on Snail Shell and just treating Snail Shell like it's just some random, like, Brez. Snail Shell is literally showing us that they are the top, or becoming the top anime waifu. Now granted, you're going to have those that's going to be like, well, they just make female characters, take away female characters. They're not all that great. It's like, what do they have besides just a bunch of anime girls and waifus and stuff like that? Yeah, they pretty much just doing the same thing Figma does along with every other kind. But, okay, man, yeah, you got a point to that. You got a point to that. They are kind of relying off of waifu love and stuff like that. But it still doesn't, if you think about it, with what we get with Figuarts, Figma, and all of these other companies, Snail Shell is giving us that plus more. This figure right here was literally, I want to say, in between $100 to $110, and you're literally getting, or really, it was really just $100 or $104, maybe. Shipping is what made it $110. So technically, you get this character for like $90 to $100 plus shipping. You're technically buying two figures in one. You don't get that with any other company. Plus, on top of that, the amount of detail they put into their figures, and on top of that, the quality. I'm sorry, like if Snail Shell was decided to branch out and do things outside of just the anime waifu-esque type stuff, let's just say they started introducing male characters and stuff like that. Now granted, it ain't gonna be like no Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Air Gear, anything like no shonen. It ain't gonna be no shonen type stuff, but just let them start introducing like male characters and other types of stuff like that. Bruh, you will see, like, Snail Shell can do it. They can do it. This company is just showing us that they are coming for the top throne. Now, me personally, I'm just to be honest with you, when it comes to making waifu figures and just anime girls, they completely have just blown both Figma, Figuarts, and Revoltech all out of the water, along with every other company that's around that. Now, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I kind of expect them to blow Figma out of the water, because Figma has reached that point to where they've been carrying the game for so long when it comes in terms of anime figures. Then it's time for them to sit back and let all of these other companies shine. Because I mean, think about it. When you've been carrying the game for so long, I mean, you're gonna get tired and you're gonna want to sit back. But this ain't that type of video. But yes, like, Snail Shell is coming for that #1 spot in terms of anime figures, bruh. Not just waifu figures, just anime figures. Like, just look at this. Look at the detail on these figures. And they're getting better over time. And honestly, if you want me to be honest, I have yet to get any snail shell figure. Any snail shell figure. Like I said, this one can't stand all that well. I have yet to not only get one, but see one that has any QC problems. Now, granted, since they're a smaller company, they got to do their best at first. But when they start getting more up there, we might start seeing a couple of slip ups within due time. But as of right now, I have yet to see any QC problems. And with that being said, Brez, that's enough of me ranting and rambling and just throwing stuff out there and then pretty much just letting everybody know how great the company is. Y'all are here for some figure reviews. So now it's time for us to get into the articulation. Now, I don't know. A part of me kind of want to break this down within 2 reviews because pretty much these are 2 separate figures, but I don't know. I might just stick to the articulation on, matter of fact, no, I gotta do both of them. So you know what? Yeah, this is gonna be pretty much of a long review. So I'm gonna cut my rambling and all of that down, and we're gonna get to this review. So with that being said, let's get into articulation. Okay, getting into articulation. Now, starting off with this figure. And the reason why I chose this one is simply because she has way more going on with her on this figure than what she does this one over here. This one right here is a little bit more simplistic. So pretty much the articulation that's on her is pretty much on this one. So I'm going to cover the articulation on this one, and whatever extra that might be on this one right here that's not on this one, I will just show that part on this one. Just like whatever extra is on this one that's not on this one, I'll show that on this one. So yeah, if that made sense. Now, getting into articulation. Now, as we all know, she comes with a double ball peg for the head. And there is no movable hair joints. Of course, you got bendy wire right here in the thing. I really don't like this all that much because it kind of feels cheap. I feel like this kind of cheapens the figure. But at the same time, it will allow for better articulation and stuff like that. And honestly, if you remove it, it's not really going to make anything look bad, because looking at the other version, this is pretty much the same head, but without I want to say it's the veil, whatever it's called, on it. So yeah, it's pretty much the same head, just with this I guess sculpted inside to keep it inside. But it feels like over time this might tear off. So if you don't like it, I'll be honest with you, I'll just take it off. But it might ruin the little look right here that some of y'all may like. But in all honesty, I don't really care for this. So yeah. Now, yeah, head is on the ball joint. She has, well, I'm going to go right here. These shoulder pads, which this right here is going to be very limiting right here with these shoulder pads. They move up and down, and I don't know if they're on like a hinge. They're on like a little ball joint. I don't know if y'all can see that. They're on a little ball joint right there. So yeah, the arms go out. She can hit a T-pose. She can kind of swivel. Of course, she got a little bicep swivel right here. Make sure it's clear so y'all can see it. She got a little bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow, which you have that on both of them. Like I said, same articulation as here is pretty much going to be here. And you get a ball joint at the wrist right there. You get a little bit of torso articulation. She can go back that much, but she can't really hit no ab crunch. So yeah, you can't get no good ab crunches in with this one. Now, this is where everything gets tricky when you get to this waist. Now, she has this, like these little skirt pieces are on, I want to say ball hinges, or not ball hinges, but little double ball pegs. But I think one end may be glued into this. So yeah, there's articulation right here. So you can kind of fold it like that from top to bottom, as y'all can see right here. Y'all can get your articulation on right there. And it kind of bends up right here at the front. Bends up right there. And she can kick out a little bit, but not much, because you will pop the leg off. And I'm kind of glad that happened. So I'm gonna use this. So she gets a thigh swivel right here, as y'all can see. She can double jointed knee and no ankle swivel. She gets a little bit of a toe hinge right there. She can kind of get her little ankle pivot in, as y'all can see. And she can have toe articulation. And on top of that, you can, testing this out, bringing this one in here with her articulation, you can swap these legs out and have her with the armor bits over here. See, because that's really the main goal of this figure. You get bits and pieces that you can swap around. So yeah, with that being shown right there, there goes your articulation with her on that body. Now I'm gonna have to, okay, I got that in. So yeah, you could have her, you can swap parts around like right here. So you could have her, well, her leg seems a little bit, her upper leg seems a little bit more thicker right here. So, okay, yeah, so yeah, it doesn't really quite match. You might have to replace the whole leg, but yeah, you can swap her arms and legs and stuff around right here and get that right there. So that's really the main gimmick of this figure. You swap her armor bits and parts around. And this one right here, since we just went over the articulation with the armored version, and you see that she pretty much has next to no like ab crunch articulation. She does have good ab crunch, not at the top. Well, matter of fact, I'll take that lie back. I literally just almost told a lie. She does have some articulation right there at the waist, because it's kind of cut. She can kinda bend forward, like hunch forward a little bit, but really it's about the same as Toppy Gal. It's pretty much non-existent for her to get an ab crunch or a leaning back kind of pose. But what you don't get on the armored version is she can kick high and get her legs into all kinds of poses. So yeah, look at that pose right there. You can get the automatic leg poses, which is the same time. I want to say, and as you can see, like pretty much looking at this right here, it's the same. Like I said, with the assassin, if I can get my words out, with the assassin, it's utilizing the same type of articulation that we seen before with the Tamanan Asagi second axe figures, such as Super Sonico and Asagi and Sakura. So yeah, you pretty much getting that same articulation, which honestly, looking at this, I wish a lot more figures would utilize this because it's beautiful. Now, I will say on second axe, it pretty much, it works, but at the same time, the legs pretty much end up being kind of loose and stuff like that, and they kind of will pop apart. But, well, not pop apart, but they will tend to be loose, which is ironic since they're actually more expensive than these. But yeah, this is actually, they actually done took second axe design and done worked it better than what they have. So yeah, and of course you get the arm articulation and stuff like that. Ain't really nothing. I will say be careful, because looking off right here, the hinges and the ball joints in the arms are a lot more thinner and smaller, because she is a smaller figure than she is. Like, I want to say this is technically the smallest snail shell figure that we got out right now until the little chibi girl comes out. the little mecha chibi girl. So yeah. So her joints are pretty thin and small. So be careful, because you could easily break these arms and you're not going to be able to fix it unless you're just really damn good at customizing and modding and doing a whole lot of toy surgery. So yeah. Yeah, you pretty much get the same articulation here. Double ball joint and torso articulations, like I said, non-existent, but it's there, but it's not going to be able, you're not going to be able to use it. She's pretty much just dressed down to look sexy. Let's keep it a buck. She looks like this just to be sexy, so you can have a half naked waifu on your shelf. Now, later on with size comparisons and stuff like that, I'm gonna try to do some head swaps to see if head swaps work, but I got to go through my stuff and pull out some of my snail shell figures and all of that. So with that being said, yeah, we're gonna move on into accessories, because that's pretty much it for her articulation. Okay, now getting into accessory breads. And like most snail shells, she comes with a good handful of accessories. She doesn't come with a lot, but she comes with a good handful. Now, as you can see, she comes with like a total of 4 face plates. You got 2 of them on right here. And so one will be a smiling face. One will be whatever, I want to say just a regular smiling face or some type of interest. I don't know what this face on the armored version will be considered. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to say it's a non-smiling face, or just because that's what it looks like on the box. But if you look at it in person, it looks like she's still kind of smirking or something like that. But I guess it's like a neutral, non-smiling face. So yeah. Moving those back there, she comes with 2 extra faces right here, a yelling face and a winking face. And just like all snail shells, you can move the eyes around in the back. And to do that, you will have this little white tab that they all come with. And I just dropped it on the floor. You get this little white tab right here, if y'all can see that. That comes with pretty much any figure, not just snail shell, but any figure with movable eyes. And you will just plug it into the back like this. And if you could see that, you could just move the eyes however you want. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, moving on to her hands, she comes with 3 sets of hands. She comes with 2 gloved hands. Well, actually, no, 3 gloved hands for the armored version. And she comes with 2 extra, I want to say, yeah, 2 extra non-gloved hands for the other version. So yeah, these 2 right here will go with your armored version, and then you got these 2 right here that'll go for this one. So you could have her holding her extra weapon or knife or so with this one, and she comes with 2 extra left hands that has trigger finger hands and holding hands right here. And pretty much that's like, so you could have her holding her extra weapon with either or. So I'm glad they actually did that. So moving this like this, we're gonna test this out. So yeah, she can hold that quite well. Now her trigger finger doesn't really go through the trigger hole. Well, matter of fact, it does. I take that lie back. It does. So you can have her posted up on the block, ready to snipe somebody down like that. On top of that, this right here, the ammo box or the magazine does come out of the sniper, and it does have detail in there to where you can see the bullets. So yeah, you can plug that in like so. And yeah, when you get her in, like when you get her out the box, this is separate. So make sure you do not lose this. So yeah, you can plug that in and just leave it in like that. And then she comes with a extra weapon, which will be her knife, to where you could plug it in at the bottom of the sniper like this. So yeah, she'll be posted up on the block with a sniper with I don't know what they call it, but where they have the knife at the end of the gun. So yeah, on top of that, yo, the detail on this sniper is also dope. Is y'all can, bro, if y'all can see it. So this is why I say Snail Shell is just a beautiful company. Peep the detail out on this. On top of that, yo, here goes her shield right here that she comes with, which is also very detailed as well, bruh. And how you gonna work this is, okay, so for her left arm, there's a magnet right there, if y'all could see it. And when you post it up like this, you can just stick the shield on her arm like that, and it literally just stays on there. So there's a magnet. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I really don't know how I feel about that, because all it takes is for it to just take a shelf dive and then boom, you'll lose a whole shield. Or I feel like, matter of fact, I don't know, this might be safer because I feel like it won't break. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the magnets being used as shields and stuff like that, about the magnet in the comment section below. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. It's not, I don't think it's that bad, but I mean, I really pretty much rather have it to where she could actually hold it with her hand so it could stay in her hand. But on the flip side, you will be able to position it however you want to on her arm. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for accessories. Other than that, she does come with 2 separate bases. She comes with 2 separate bases, and she comes with, and I just dropped them out of the bag. Wow. Yeah. I start taking L's at the end of the review, Brez. So yeah, she comes with a little baggie where you get an extra little white tab to plug into the back of the eyes, along with 2 extra wrist pegs, just in case you break the wrist peg on either one of them. And to be honest with y'all, I want to say this is the first, is this the first snail shell that comes with, I want to say this is the first snail shell that comes with wrist pegs. And she comes with 3 wrist pegs. So 2 to go on the ungloved hands and 1 to go on the gloved hand. So yeah, she comes with a total of 3 extra wrist pegs, just in case if you mess around and break her wrist pegs trying to swap the hands out. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this in camera for y'all so y'all can see. Yeah, there you go, 3 extra wrist pegs right there. So yeah, like I said, more points for Snail Shell. And she comes with 2 extra bases, 2 extra stand bases, as y'all can see right there. So 1, 2, and then 2 extra arms right here, and 2 clamps to hold her, because she doesn't have a peg hole in the back. So you will have to use the arm clamps. So with that being said, let's move on into size comparison, Brez. All right, Brez. So getting into size comparisons. Now, I will let y'all know I wasn't able to grab all of my snail shells, but I did get a couple of waifus to pair her up against so we could see how great she is. And with that being said, here she is next to Sophia. Now, like I said, she is one of the smallest, from what I've heard, or from actually just from, not only from what I heard, but just experiencing like right now. Yeah, she is one of the smallest snail shell figures that's out right now. So as you can see her next to Sophia, she is pretty, yeah, she's pretty much on the small side. And with that being said, hold on, let's grab the other Sophia, which honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I need to grab a second one because I ended up breaking the little tail thing on the back of her head off. And I ain't gonna lie, that kind of hurt, Brez. So yeah, I might have to get a second one of these, if I can find it. So that being said, here she is next to the second Sophia. And the second Sophia, well, actually both of these Sophias, they tower over her tremendously. So moving those to the side, here she is next to, I was able to grab 1 snail shell. And that is the second waifu snail shell baddie that everybody all loves, Toppy Gal. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I can't grab any other snail shell figure, Toppy Gal will be one of the top ones to always be in my reviews when it comes to size comparisons. Just simply, I don't know what it is. I just love Toppy Gal. So yeah, as you can see, Toppy Gal towers over her. Like I said, again, just like Sophia does. And I'll grab a second Sophia. Here she is next to a Phison body with a Sophia head on it. And as you can see, the Phison's body towers over her. And moving her over here, swapping her and Toppy Gal around. So yeah. So yeah, she is a bit on the small side. Just looking at her and Toppy Gal side by side. But she still fits with your snail shells. She's gonna fit in with the snail shell figures regardless, just because they're the same brand. But yeah, here she is next to an SH Figuarts Kunoichi Thought right here. And like I said, she fits well with a Figuarts, but she's still on that small side. But I guess that's just like the base of the character. The character is a tad bit small. So yeah. So let's move her out of the way and let's bring in some petite anime waifu females. Let's bring in Oni Girl, which I don't know her actual name. I want to say it's Cameo. But yeah, here we got Oni Girl. And we got a Kick Bash using the Metal Slug body right here. So yeah, sitting her next to these two petite females, you can see that she's really is just tall. But then again, she's also in heels. But at the same time, if you look over here with her second one, her armored up version, she's still on the small side. So yeah. But she still kind of fits in well with this character right here and this character. So you can still get your world building on with this character. And just to show y'all how small she is, here she is next to a Stiletta with the 30-minute Sisters body. Just to give y'all a quick look at how small she is. So yeah, she's literally smaller than a full bust 30-minute Sisters body. So yeah. Here she is next to a Figma. Right here. A Figma Elf. A Hololive character. And like I said, smaller than most. And here she is next to a Roman key body with a snail shell head on. So even though I wasn't able to grab the assassin, I'm still going to be able to have the assassin in the video, because I did a Kick Bash to where I just put the head on this body so she can be out of her suit, basically. So yeah, that's actually a perk to having three assassin figures and a Roman key body. So yeah, so she looks perfect next to this Roman key. Actually, they actually go quite well together. Like this actually, yeah, this is actually a great comparison. And on top of that, yo, looking at the assassin, yo, this Roman key body does fit the assassin quite well too. So let's keep I'm gonna just throw this idea out there for y'all. For those of y'all who have multiple assassins and you want to just make like out of the outfit, out of the assassin battlesuit version, you can use the Roman key body and put the head on top of that. And I'm utilizing a peg that came with the Playmax Guilty Princess model kit, which works perfectly. So yeah, I love giving my breads ideas, bread. I love giving y'all ideas. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for size comparison. Like I said, man, if you were not able to get your hands on this figure, please go out and do so, because when she goes up in price, she is going to pretty much be rare to get, because this right here is just this is a figure that you're not going to see made with other companies, because you literally get 2 figures in one for the price of one. Think about that. She is the same price as what you would pay for one character with a Figma, a Revoltech, a SH Figuarts. She's literally the price of 2 SH Figuarts, but honestly, Figuarts are going up in price too. So technically, she's the price of a Figuarts, a Figma, a Revoltech, and any third-party figure line, along with whatever else you can probably think of. She's literally 2 figures in one for the price of one that you will get for any import. So yes, this is a unique figure to have in your collections. On top of that, bruh, if you're into waifu figures, bruh, this right here is one you do not want to miss out on, because just look at the beauty of this figure. And then on top of that, just you can do so much with her. You can mix and max parts. So you can have her like in whatever world building you want to do with your characters. You could have her like battle damaged in this outfit, or have her have her powering up in this outfit, or you can do what most people be doing, where they get the I don't know what it's called, where they just pretty much have like the armored mecha legs and arms on the arms and legs, and have her halfway powered up to where she could use her sniper and stuff like that. There's so many ideas that you can get with this character, that you can use this character for. And then on top of that, just looking at the box, bruh. Like the box itself, I'm gonna try and turn this around right here. Well, never mind. They don't really even utilize any of the photo images on the back. So yeah. Either way, like I said, it's so many different ideas and stuff that you can do with this character. So with that being said, if you do not have this figure, go out and get it if you actually intend on buying it, because you won't regret it. Now, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time, Brez.